Hey guys, it's Spoonie, and I just saw DC's new The Flash movie. I have to say, I really enjoyed the film, and that kind of surprised me a bit at first because the movie seems to be getting negative reviews online. And I think this is a case of people wanting to be overly critical about these kind of movies. And I understand there is superhero fatigue, that's a very real thing. But I enjoyed this movie for what it was. Again, it is a superhero, it's a comic book movie, so you can't take it too seriously. Now, the movie is far from perfect. There are a number of flaws, and I'm sure pretty much every other review you could click on right now will highlight them in depth. I will say that I felt at times the visual effects did dip to like PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 quality pre-rendered cutscene, but there were times where it was so bad that my wife and I just couldn't help but laugh out loud because of how dumb it looked. So this movie does actually draw some of its plot from the Flashpoint miniseries and the Flashpoint Paradox animated movie. That said, I was able to kind of predict the movie going into it, but that doesn't mean I didn't enjoy the movie. Now, I haven't seen Shazam 2 Fury of the Gods or whatever it's called, but I will say that this is DC's best movie since the original Shazam, at least the most entertaining movie. Black Adam was, in my opinion, a turd. My wife and I call it Brown Adam. James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie was pretty good, but I don't really count that as a superhero movie. It is a comic book movie, but there are no good guys in it, I suppose. So basically, I think this is a fun movie, and I would recommend it. On my personal rating scale of 1 to 3, 1 being something that I like, 2 being something that's okay, and 3 being something that I dislike, I would definitely give this a 1. I liked it, so I recommend it. Now, I do want to talk about the movie a little bit with some mild spoilers, but I don't really want to talk about any plot points or anything like that, just some kind of observations that I had while watching the movie. Okay, so this doesn't, I don't think, really spoils anything because we know that based off the trailers, there are the two Batman in the movie. There is the Ben Affleck and the Michael Keaton. And it's interesting because there's a scene with the Flash and the Ben Affleck Bruce Wayne. And the Flash asks Bruce if he wants to go get something to eat after they're done working together. And Batman basically brushes him off with maybe next time, kid. But when the Flash encounters the Michael Keaton Batman, one of the first things he says to him is, like, do you want to get something to eat? And then he starts cooking a meal for him. Just this small contrast is something that, shows us the difference between kind of our reality and this other reality. I actually liked Ezra Miller interacting with his other self from this other reality. It almost felt like the two versions of the Flash that we've seen in the cinematic universe so far. It kind of felt like the Joss Whedon Flash interacting with the Zack Snyder Flash. In terms of one had a more lighthearted tone, and the other one was a little more serious because he's trying to solve the murder of his mom. So the Kryptonian being we do see in the trailer is actually Supergirl. Um, she states plainly in the film that her name is Kara, daughter of Zor-El, and one of the characters, when seeing the S on the costume, suggests that it might stand for Supergirl, but that's about as close as they come to actually naming her. She just goes by Kara in the film. So one of the plots of the movie is that, like in the 2013 Man of Steel Superman movie, General Zod is using this world engine to sort of terraform Earth into New Krypton. Only in this reality, we have Supergirl instead of Superman. So it's kind of cool to take the idea of a film that we've already seen and kind of tweak it a little bit. In terms of fan service, stuff like Easter eggs or hidden little things that the audience may catch. I didn't think there was too much in this movie. I will say, though, Nicolas Cage And if you know, you know. So it's kind of hard to talk a little bit more about this movie without getting too much into plot points and stuff. Like I said, it is based off of Flashpoint. So if you've read the book or seen the movie, then you will have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen and what sort of the resolution of the film is. But again, I had fun, even though I'm very familiar with the storyline. I would like to see where the sort of this version of the DC universe goes, but I think with James Gunn taking over, it's kind of like these movies didn't exist anymore. So again, I thought this was a cool movie, and I kind of would like to see like I know this movie won't get a sequel, but I would like to see sort of a future for this version of the Flash, this version of the DC universe. Although I'm pretty sure it's gonna die, considering James Gunn has taken over, and I think he is rebooting the Superman stuff. He's going to be doing a new Superman film, so I think he's using that as a launching pad for the next wave. I think this movie was definitely better than the trailers that preceded it, so it gives me hope that the upcoming Blue Beetle film will actually also be better than the trailers for it. If you've seen the movie and you liked it, you can give this video a thumbs up. If you've seen the movie and you didn't like it, feel free to leave a comment telling me why. Although, please, no spoilers, because not everybody who's seeing this has seen the movie yet. These are just my 2 cents. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you later. Bye.